It's that time of year again where you're probably asking yourself, do I need a diet or a detox? Today I'm going to talk about the reasons why you don't need those things and why you can get back into a really healthful way of eating and moving your body and taking care of yourself without taking the drastic measures of a detox or a diet. So in my opinion, you can go ahead and ditch your diets, ditch your detox, and still have a very healthful January. So why is it not a good idea to go on a diet or a detox? Because when you do that, you're tempted to eliminate entire categories of foods or just get rid of like whole food groups and demonize foods in general. When we create this forbidden food kind of philosophy, we're literally setting ourselves up for binging later on, because these forbidden foods now become so idealized in your mind that whether you realize it or not, you're going to struggle against the desire to eat them, even if it's something that you don't necessarily enjoy. So when you restrict foods, they become forbidden or naughty. And then what happens is you can resist for a little while, but then life comes along and bam, here you are right back in it. And now this forbidden food is in front of you and it creates this binge philosophy or this binge behavior. So then you'll eat more than you would have in the first place if you had just indulged with intention the first time around. The second reason that detoxes and diets are not a good idea is because it demonizes your habits. So it literally is telling yourself that you were bad or naughty by enjoying foods before, or going to parties, or being social, or enjoying sweets and treats and other good things, alcohol, all of these things that can be very tasty and have a social purpose to them. But what happens is when we create this detox philosophy, now we're saying that that was the act of being bad or being naughty. And so in order to be good again, you have to now get rid of all of those things. You have to stop any sugar. You have to get rid of all carbs. You have to eliminate all alcohol and have dry January, sugar-free, and all of that. So it sends a message to yourself and to your body that you were naughty before, that you were bad, that doing those things was somehow shameful. So many of us struggle with having a really positive relationship with food and our bodies. When we give ourselves another reason to categorize behaviors as shameful, we're going to jump at them. So detoxes and diets, they really do set you up for that thought process of being bad, being naughty, being shameful in some way. When in actuality, these foods are not something to be ashamed of. Indulging in food and drink during the holidays or at special occasions, or even when it's going to serve you in some way in a social engagement or in a healthy way, there's nothing wrong with that. So this is a big one. The reason that you do not need a detox is because your body was literally built for this purpose. Okay? When you take in nutrition and when you take in nutrients and you take in foods that you will use and break them down, the things that you don't use, those substances you're not using, are going to be stripped away and flushed away. That's what the kidneys are for. That's what the liver is for. Your blood has a filtering process to it. Everything about your body is designed to pull what you need from what you're taking in and get rid of what you don't need, whether it's through regular body processes of going to the bathroom or sweating or breathing it out. You're going to get rid of these things and you're going to keep what you need. So if we go with the assumption that we need to cut out all of these things, then in the long run, you're really restricting when you don't need to. Again, we're circling back to that shameful behavior or that feeling like something is forbidden or naughty. So the best way to give yourself a nice quote unquote detox is to go ahead and give your body what it needs to do the job it was literally designed for. So that means things like more water. None of us drink the water that we need to, so make sure you're drinking enough. If you're feeling a little sluggish, you can always increase that and do a little bit more. Things like having the energy to make these processes work, to give your body the strength to go through a workout, to give yourself the raw materials for being in a good mood and being energized. So lean quality proteins, lots of nutrition packed foods like produce, fruits, veggies, whole grains, all of those things, those are really helpful in the natural detoxing process that your body is designed to do. Even fats play a role, even carbs play a role. So thinking that you can't have any of these foods is really, it's not really serving you in a good way because, again, here we are setting ourselves up to be naughty or forbidden when instead we can just shift the mindset slightly and be thinking more in terms of what can I do to give my body the materials it needs to be the healthiest version of myself right here, right now, today. So what's a girl to do? Well, you can do this instead. First, check in. It's always important to know where you are, to know where you stand right now today. So check in, build that awareness. What do I need right now? How do I feel right now? What's going on with me? What foods are serving me? What exercise is serving me? What feels good in my body right now? The second thing is to start making intentional choices. So make choices on purpose around what is serving you and what isn't. So if you notice that you eat a cookie at 3 o'clock and then by 3:30 you're feeling a little sluggish and a little blue, perhaps that wasn't the best snack. So the next time that opportunity comes around, and I'm pretty sure 3 p.m. comes around every single day, you can go ahead and maybe try something different. Maybe today it's an apple with some caramel or a little bit of chocolate on it. See if that works a little better. Or perhaps go for something a little more savory, some hummus and pita chips, or whatever your thing might be, right? Some hard-boiled eggs. It could be anything. Maybe you keep trial and error until you figure out what works best for you, what really helps you to feel energized in that 3 o'clock slump, what helps you to get through the late afternoon and helps you to make a good decision about dinner and then not overeat after dinner and that whole snowball effect. So make a conscious choice based on what is going to serve you right now, or what is going to serve you in the immediate time, the next couple hours, the next day or so. It doesn't have to be sweeping motions to get through the whole entire month. You only need to worry about one meal at a time. And then whenever possible, simplify your choices. Plan ahead, have healthy meals in the house, do a little bit of meal prep. When you get into the groove of it, it really does not take hours and hours and hours. You can do a little bit at a time to just make your day easier. When you're making dinner, make a little bit extra. Put it away before you even sit down to dinner so that you have something for lunch the next day. Maybe prep up some fruits and veggies and keep them chopped up and ready to go right there in the fridge. If it's the middle of winter, like it is right now, you can always take some frozen fruits and vegetables and have those ready so that you have those ready to go when you need them. Pull them out of the freezer in the morning and then they'll be defrosted and ready to go if it's something like frozen fruits or something like that. Make your choices simple. Make your plan very basic. We always feel like we need to take grand sweeping gestures and completely clean out the fridge and start over from scratch, and then we end up wasting food because the best plans sometimes don't always work, especially if it's complicated or it's just not serving you in the moment or it's a ton of work to get done. So make things as simple as possible and don't overthink it. Make it very easy to nourish your body so that you can detox naturally and you won't ever need a diet or a detox plan, and you'll get to where you want to be. You'll get to those healthy goals without having to rework your entire life. Because I don't know about you guys, but I am super busy. I do not have time to rework everything every month or every quarter or every season. I just take little shifts here with the kinds of exercise I'm doing based on what's working for me and what's not. I eat seasonally, focusing on fruits and veggies that are in season, things that I can have readily available, things that are serving me more comfort foods, you know, when I need that, the cozy comfort, or more light and airy if I need that. And it just comes from knowing what you need. So building that awareness, checking in often, being really aware of how those choices you're making are serving where you are now, and then setting some goals, little goals to plan ahead and prep and be on task for as often as you can so that you can do it more consistently long term. It's not about making a grand sweeping gesture. It's about being consistent from day to day, season to season, and throughout the years based on what you need. So I hope this helped to clear up why you do not need diets, why you do not need to detox, and how you can use the tools that your body already has, check in, see what you need, and then make your plan from there to be the best version of you and who you are today. Thank you so much for listening and watching this video. And as always, please make sure that you subscribe and hit the little bell on the YouTube channel so that you can get these videos whenever they are dropped so that you can stay mindful and balanced all the time.